Shalom and good day all, this is Healing29 back again for another DC review, and in this DC review I'll be covering Detective Comics issue 1081, Flash issue 5 and Titans Beast World issue 5. I'll now get things organised for the first one that I'll be covering. Now I want to point out that I will not be covering the backstory in this, but I will be covering the main story. So first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? It could be better, to be completely honest. And my overall rating for the cover is a 6 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the main area of the story as we have a look at the internal art around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, starting now. So as the story begins, we have the character of Talia al Ghul taking Bruce Wayne Batman to I guess a hidden location, but it almost feels like it's meant to be somewhere in the Middle East. As we advance a little bit further in the story, we see that Renee Montoya comes in to the story and is playing a part in some form of investigation. And last but not least, towards the end. So for the internal art, I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the story. Does this story give us any indication of time when some of these events are taking place? No, it doesn't. The location, the only location that we get in Gotham is, or the only location that we get in this is Gotham. And last but not least, the cast of characters consisting of Talia al Ghul, Bruce Wayne Batman, Dr. Hurt, Henry Fielding, and last but not least, the character of Renee Montoya. For the overall story rating in this, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. And if this keeps going, I think I'll be having a list of Fool's Gold comics once again on the channel. So as we begin to move into the next comic that's being covered for this particular video, we have Flash issue 5. And first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Not so much, to which I give the cover a 5 out of 10. I will now show the internal art around the beginning, middle and end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we end up meeting up with the character with Jai West. And I must admit, I really don't like Simon Spurrier's characterization of Jai West in this. And because of that, it is going to lose a number of points. As we start to jump towards the middle of the story, we do see some parts where Jai West is also thinking about certain events that have taken place with him and the family. And we also get the encounter of Bart Allen Impulse, which was really nice to see here. And last but not least, towards the end. So for the internal art, I give it a 6 out of 10, as I felt it could have been fixed up and maybe to work more with what the storyteller is trying to give to the story. It felt like a complete utter mess. In some places it felt rushed. Moving into the next area, and that is that of the story. Firstly, do we get anything in relation to the area of time? Nothing at all. Next is location. Where is this taking place? I got no effing idea. It wouldn't hurt to actually put a name in there as to where some of this stuff is taking place. And last but not least, the cast of characters consisting of Jai West, Wally West. We had Inspector whoever he is, Absolutely forgettable name. And last but not least, the character of Impulse, Pilgrim, that's it. For the overall story rating in this, this belongs totally in Fool's Gold, a 5 out of 10. So last but not least, we move into Titans Beast World, issue 5. And thank goodness, this arc is nearly bloody over. So, moving into first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? The cover could have been made way better, and I don't like it that much. So, for the overall rating for the cover, I give a 6 out of 10. But let's see how things went internally with the art. Around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we're in the Borough of Sovereignty. At least it's nice to get time and location in this, but is it enough to save the story? We'll soon find out once we draw closer towards the end. And as we can see here, we have Amanda Wallen being a complete jackass and villain. And of course, we see her blaming the death of a certain person, to which she actually ordered to be killed by Peacemaker on the Titans. So she's absolutely gaslighting the Titans. As we advance a little bit further in the story, we do catch up with the character of Peacemaker and also Nightwing. If it's one thing I would like to call out on this scene, yes, though Nightwing did beat Peacemaker, personally, I can't see him beat Peacemaker without an actual injury during the fight. And it would have been nice to see Nightwing actually gain an injury in this fight. Sure, he might have won the fight against Peacemaker, but at least give him some thought of maybe having an injury that he might need to attend to after these events or during these events. And last but not least, where the story goes full retard, just like Robert Downey Jr. said in Tropical Thunder. And we get a copy of a character which we've somewhat seen before in the story. So, for the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the story. So first things first, do we get anything interesting time-wise? Yes, we do. We have 2 hours later and 1 hour later being used within the story. Though I think it probably could have at least maybe had a short area to which it had like maybe 30 minutes earlier just to cover up any loose ends. Next is the area of location, to which we get the Bureau of Sovereignty, linking to the Sovereign. Next, we have the cast of characters consisting of the Titans. We see Superman, Shazam, Amanda Waller, of course, Detective Chimp. It was really nice to see them again. Peacemaker, and last but not least, Dr. Hate, aka clone. Might as well just be a clone copy of Raven. Once again, they could have actually done something a little bit better with this. And I didn't actually enjoy it that much, to which I give the story an overall rating of a 4.5 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.